Greetings, dear friends. Today we work in the orb of the full moon, working with the flow of distributing the energy of the Scorpios festival. And as always at this time, we follow our rhythm of work, meeting together in our group circle to meditate for the common good. At the time of the mutable cross, of which the coming new moon of Sagittarius is a part, we hold the focus on the theme of right relations as one of three prerequisites for the reappearance of the Christ, along the line with the introducing principle of sharing to all human endeavors and cleaning the house of politics and religion. And even though we work now with the energy of Scorpio, in this cycle of work, we direct our attention towards the topic of the mutable cross, right relations. And the topic that was suggested for this Scorpio-Sagittarius cycle is right relations, invoking harmony amidst transformational fires of initiation. Today we will use opportunity of the distribution phase of the full moon to invoke the vision of the unfolding plan and ask hierarchical guidance, precipitating group vision of right relations as it's manifest through the struggles of this time as we move from conflict to harmony. And in the current cycle, Helen will lead us in meditation, focusing our work. But before we go into meditation, I invite Brigitte to sound the statement of purpose of our work. Over to you, Brigitte.
You, Alexander. Our purpose is to magnetize the ideas of common good, freedom, and brotherhood as the highest values of humanity at this time. We recognize and cherish diversity of perspectives in our group, creating a space capable of invoking, receiving, interpreting, and radiating a higher synthetic vision. We serve as an asramic outpost, building a group bridge of Buddhic energy. We evoke the soul of humanity. We envision humanity as being the seed that is flowering. We prepare the way for the reappearance of the coming one. And I will share our seed thoughts from the first quarter moon meeting. There are no right relation without justice. Compassionate truth. Heart energy. Right relationship is based on a culture that's of the common good. harmonizing opposites, knowing we are one. Justice is the expressions of one's own interest and the hearing of each other's interests. Working together for the soul level as one to make sure everyone's needs are met. Love expressed through truth, beauty, and goodness brings right relations. Listen to the harmony in all the different notes that are sounding. And I invite Helen to lead us in our meditation.
Thank you, Becky. We are at the moment in the energies of Scorpio with its strong fourth ray influence of harmony through conflict. The symbols of Scorpio can be the scorpion with the sting in its tail, or the triumphant eagle soaring above the earth. I would like us now to make our alignment using both these symbols. Let us sense the earth with its conflicting energies under our feet. Be aware of our underworld and the revelations which Pluto can surprise us with. Same time, align above our head centers with the soul and the whole communion of souls. Sense the freedom to breathe the clear air and to experience justice, truth, harmony, and love. Let us for a few moments just sense the alignment and harmony between these differences of the scorpion and the eagle. And now, let us sense the energy of our heart centers. In the center of the constellation of Scorpio is what appears as a red and pulsating star called Antares. It is considered the heart center of Scorpio. So let us align with this source of love too. The Tibetan says the heart center of humanity is created by the sum total of the hearts of all those men and women of goodwill who are serving their fellow human beings, sponsoring human welfare movements, working for the establishing of right human relations, and constantly offsetting the separativeness of the human mind through the inclusiveness of the divine love nature. This divine love is most easily expressed through goodwill, the principle related to the law of right human relations. Goodwill to all, the message announcing the birth of Christ, awakening every human heart, the first initiation for humanity. So here we are looking towards the incoming Sagittarian energies, the energies of aspiration towards the new civilization and initiation in Capricorn. We are told that the Lord of our world is preparing himself or itself for an initiation that will move us closer towards becoming a sacred planet. And we too experience the fires and the burning ground in this effort. So let us connect with and meditate upon our topic. Right relations. Invoking harmony amidst transformational fires of initiation. Right relations. Invoking harmony amidst transformational fires of initiation. To assist our pondering, let us reflect upon these words and questions. The effect of the principle of conflict operating under Ray 4 and controlled by Ray 2 will bring about right human relations and the growth of the universal spirit of goodwill among men, together with justice and compassionate truth. Can we hear the harmony emerging out of the many notes being sounded? And our second question: are we ready for the future of right relationships, true communion, a sharing of all things, and goodwill? Are we ready for all nations to be united in complete understanding, despite differing traditions, cultures, civilizations, and points of view? Are we ready to see the Christ as a heart of the new civilization? How do we see our goals? And our third question for pondering. Sagittarius is related to humanity and manifestation on earth. What can we do and be as the new group to further establish harmony and right relations between hierarchy and humanity? It is now time to return from the depth of our pondering. Let us see our impressions flowing together into the group heart and mind, filling our chalice and vitalizing its beauty and tone with radiant light. And let us now hold a few more moments in silence as we write down our impressions before we open to our time of sharing. Thank you.
Helen, and thank you, friends. So the circle is now ready for sharing impressions, and we hold our chalice in the group heart, receiving what will be shared.
Are we ready for comment, Alexander?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Lynn. As far as number one, some different sort of information seems to be coming to me lately. Not only, I think, are we being influenced by Ray 4 and Ray 2, but as you've mentioned, Alexander, I think Will is actually in our group, in the new group of world servers. I think there's a strong will energy that we've been preparing for and that is now flowing through us. And I think that will, as part of that Ray 1 and that will, there's a great deal of synthesis that is occurring. So even though we're knowing that these next few months, these next few years could be truly challenging, I think just there's hope in that synthesis that comes with Ray 1. And I think even for us, not only the ideas we present, but just that we are standing together and this energy is flowing through is very significant, very important. Even if we, as we said before, even if we don't say anything, that flow is occurring. It seems to be stronger all the time. I think we've been prepared for it for a while. I think it's what we've come for, many of us, to this lifetime. As far as future right relationships, boy, I'd like to be ready for that. But I think I've been getting messages or ideas pouring into my mind and coming from the outside too, sort of synchronistic, like through synchronicity, that I need to clean things out. I need to clean out things out of my home. I need to clean things out of my emotions and ideas and really do a major letting go of things that aren't necessary. And someone talked about that last time we got together. Someone spoke to that. And I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, maybe more than one person, but it's really come home to me how important that is if we're going to be ready for right relationship. We have a lot to let go of. When I think of Scorpio, I've had a lot of Scorpios in my life. And I think one of the big problems is projection, projecting ourselves onto others and not realizing it's us that we're looking at, us that we're looking for. I think that is one way, watching out for that is one way that we can be ready to see love as the center of all things and not just see ourselves reflected in our own problems and our own shortcomings. I'm also thinking that maybe I'm going to try to use our chalice, and I guess I've done this off and on for a while, but I'm going to picture in my mind our radiating chalice, not just a chalice, but a radiating love in that and will and intelligence radiating out of that and the ideas we put in there. But the light and love just radiating as a symbol to turn to and to magnify as we try to do our work and establish harmony and right relations. That's what I have right now. Glad to be here with all of you.
Hello, this is Marty from Texas. I'd like to go and speak to question number 2. And I got pretty clear direction that our goals for right relationship practically includes learning to see and hear others clearly and practicing acceptance, unconditional love, cooperation, and compromise. And in answer to number 3, I believe that through unconditional love, we must be the change to manifest harmony on earth. Thank you.
I will pick up where Marty, what Marty said at the end. I think that's the key, because when I try to think about humanity in general and reflecting on question 2, are we ready? And the answer comes, no, nope, we are not. And it's very difficult recognition, but that's the reality. And yet what is in our capacity, what is in our reach, it's to start becoming that forerunner, which the new group of world service is supposed to be, and start change from ourselves. And it's the same what Lynn was saying. Yeah, start cleaning own house. Start cleaning, start building own relations, right relations. Start living by the principle of sharing. And that's what actually matter at the end of the day. It's our own action. And then when each of us link up and recognize that that's actually the norm, how it should be, and start together living by that new norm, that's the only way how that change possible. And yeah, humanity is quite a substantial body of souls, like 60 billion, 8 of which are only in incarnation. They say that 10 billion we will be in incarnation by 2050. So will take quite some time for all the 60 billion to go through the transformational fires of initiation. But as we recognize imperfection of humanity and suffer from that pain that it brings, that's part of that fiery ground. Just accepting that humanity is imperfect and I'm imperfect with them. And start walking in that fiery, burning ground. One image came to me as we meditated. In several traditions, there's several cultures. There are tradition of walking on burning coal. I know about such tradition in Bulgaria. There's some yogi in India, and when they do that, they not just walking, they even dancing, at least in Bulgaria, on those coals. And so I have a friend who practiced this, and she told me that, yeah, it's about certain focus. It's your inner attitude. And my understanding, it's about actually as we walk on these burning coals, on this burning ground of initiation, it's orienting towards the light, orienting towards the hierarchy and place the consciousness there, while holding the heaviness and filtering through ourselves the heaviness around us, but in our consciousness to be with our elders, dancing with them. Thank you.
Hi, Jill here. It's certainly a difficult problem because each of us is probably, well, no, I mustn't speak for others, but I'll say that I am held back by lack of confidence and feeling I'm not good enough, which is a glamour in itself, which I must get rid of because I've got as good a chance as anyone else of doing anything. But for the points, the questions asked, I've put for one, there'll be much upset caused to humanity, I suppose, because of the Lord of the World facing initiation. And there is a lot of evidence that people are ready for change to right human relations. They're showing signs of being very tired of the old ways of conflict. And two, present wars are leading many to understand the futility of armed conflict. Other peaceful methods will come to their minds, and that will influence the people who make the changes. We ask for Christ's reappearance daily and look forward to his return and further guidance from him. And number three, in Sagittarius, we can point our arrows to established harmony and right relations between hierarchy and humanity and focus our efforts on it. We will endeavour to draw nearer the Master's ashram. Thanks.
This is Judy. For me, the third question was the easiest to answer, and the first two, it depended on who the we was, but when I looked at it as humanity, the first two questions were difficult, so I'll go with the third one first. I wrote down, see the good, be the good, invoke the good, evoke the good, and visualize the good. And I think that as a new group of world servers, that really is our job, to see the good. Basically, that is showing forth and the potential for the good that will come through. To be the good is our own mandate, to be able to act as soul, to be as soul, to catch ourselves when we're not acting in that way. And then as workers in light, to really spend the time to invoke and evoke. And the last one on visualizing, I think, is important, because I think we need to learn to visualize. And when I spent time with it, especially around this full moon, what came to me was to visualize the end from the beginning, to visualize the plan as held in perfection, because in fact it is, and then work for it to become that. When I look at the number 2 question, in terms of humanity, are we ready to see the Christ as the heart of the new civilization? Not yet. Certainly, when you look at the way countries are behaving, it leaves one to question a lot. However, I think when you look at we the people and not the governments necessarily, then you start to see light shining through, because in small groups and in many different ways, there is sharing, there is goodwill going on, there is that need and desire to come together. So it is there. But I find it interesting that governments are not necessarily representing their people at this point in time. So in terms of, can we hear the harmony emerging out of the many notes being sounded? I guess it depends on where you're looking. If you're looking at harmony as a whole, it sounds to me a little bit like a cacophony. And yet when I shift my lens and really look deeper, there is notes being sounded that are quite beautiful. And so that's why I think that our job really is to see the good. Because as we see it, we can promote it, we can be it, we can radiate it. Thank you.
Lynn again. I know we always have compassion as kind of a backdrop in our thoughts, and always have it in our consciousness that it's important. It seems to me that as time goes on from now on, it's going to become more and more important to keep that forefront in our thoughts. Responding with compassion as much as possible. I know already I have friends who are fairly devastated emotionally by what seems to be starting right now in the US. One friend who was just feeling finally recognized by society, who is under the influence, I think, of partly of this incoming new energy and the outgoing energy. That she's a lesbian, and she was just starting to feel that she was a real part of the country and society, and now not only has lost her best friend recently to cancer, but has seen what's happened with the election and is feeling again judged and excluded already without even much else happening. And as of yet, all sort of in the potential as to what will happen with the new government. However, I just think in general, from what we're talking about, what everybody has said so far, keeping compassion as a quality that's very important for us to manifest more and more so is a good idea. Of course, I think compassion has to go to everyone, not just to those in agreement with us. That's a challenge in and of itself. Thank you.
All I have to say is really hearing everyone's words. Just want to repeat Judy's, be the good, see the good. We cannot do anything but go forward with tremendous strength. And we've just got to be these things. And yes, visualize. Thank you very much, everybody.
From that, I was interested, Judy said about who is the we that we're speaking of in the question. And I think the we is us, which several people have said that we need to look to our own relationships. We need to look to clearing out our own lives. And all of us have conflicting bits and harmonious bits within us. And I think the same is true of the whole of humanity. So whatever we are going through, we are sort of a part, a cell, a representative of the whole. So I think how we behave is reflected in the whole of humanity, and the whole of humanity is reflected in us too.
And Jill, I think we must have compassion for ourselves too, which is sometimes a tough thing, in order to even be able to let go and give what we can give to others. We can't be worried, as you and I often are, about the good of what we're giving, or are we good enough, or do we know enough? I think we just have to go to the heart and give whatever we can, and make some mistakes sometimes, but give what we can of love.
Yes, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at not bothering anymore about it. I've just got to do the best I can, as we all have. And I must say, this group I find lovely and compassionate, and I always feel I've actually felt joy. I know what joy is now, because when I get together with people like you lot, I do experience joy, because so that's good. Thank you.
Thanks, Jill. I do too. That was great. Thank you.
As they say, joy is a spontaneous outflow of energy of soul.
Hi. Gotcha. Here. I'm a bit quiet because all those questions there, they're we're so used to those positive answers, right? And on a certain level, I believe they can be answered as yes. You know, when I'm reading the question, "Are we ready?" I just remember this, answer of the cosmonaut, astronaut, like when it's like ready, and I was born ready. So in a way, we are born ready. Yet the matter, so to speak, the moon, and a lot of karmic debt just kind of, we move forward, but the debt is so great, I believe, that it's constantly being paid out of visible like progress. So a lot of things that we thought that are done, they are really not granted. We took them for granted, but they're not. And human respect for other human being, and compassion to not associate the person with their sexual preferences, but rather see a human being. It is, we're not there yet, really. It's sort of, I think, tagging, back and forth. Right, so one, group writes of another group and goes not quite as a whole, because those groups, they don't, they don't extend the same compassion towards another group, more within, but others are others. I don't know if I'm, clear. So there is a need for a next step, and we are making it. We just don't see the results very much. But progress, of course, but it's slow, and a lot of the processes are still going evolutionary, and nothing can be done about that, except for living our lives and treading, creating this path, this turn for those who are ready, for those who are ready. to shift, to change, to make this great turn of the will. Thank you, over.
Thank you, friends. Let us continue holding our focus on this topic and reflecting on the questions that Helen offered us today. As always, our community impressions board is active, and please share your thoughts at the community board in the coming days. The link is in the chat, and you also can find the link in our announcements as well as on the homepage of our website, 2025initiative.org. And we will meet again for our quarter moon meeting the coming Saturday on November 23rd, the same time as today. And also please mark your calendars. Our new moon meeting and the energies of Sagittarius will be on December 1st, Sunday, December 1st, the same time, 7:30 Universal Time, 7:30 p.m. Universal Time. Thank you, friends. And I invite, if anyone would like to sound a mantra of your choice to close our work today.
I can do. Radiance we are, and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent place and bring from thence the gift of understanding. Thus, with the light we work and turn the darkness into day. Om.